Hi, my name is Paul. Welcome to UPICHA, Changing How the World Sees. Today we're going to look at the work of cinematographer Roger Deakins, who's considered the greatest cinematographer today. This is Roger Deakins working on the set of 1917. One of the reasons I've selected his work for analysis is because his cinematography consistently exhibits the use of the concepts we've been discussing, such as asymmetrical balance and the brightness-weight illusion. This shot was composed by Roger Deakins for the movie Fargo. And the reason I chose this particular shot is because it enables me to use simple math and calculate the two parts of the image to show the relationships between all of the parts. And that's really what I'm trying to do, is show the structure of the imagery using asymmetrical balance and the brightness-weight illusion. So if we were to draw a line down the middle of this shot, it would be right here. And the result would be that on the left, we have 5 objects, and on the right, we have 7 objects. So how is it that 5 equals 7, right? 5 does not equal 7, but in this case, it does. Before I give my reasoning, can you think of why that might be? Well, if you said it's because of this human figure and the car, then you would be correct. There are 2 reasons why the human figure and the car add more weight to the left side of the shot. Number 1, both of these are animate objects versus everything else, which are inanimate objects. And so they tend to grab our attention more. When something is moving or there's implied movement, then it grabs our attention. Also, they're dark objects, whereas although the planter boxes are dark, the shrubs are bright. These are somewhat larger and dark objects. And so for those 2 reasons, they have a more weight than the other objects in the scene. And for that reason, 5 equals 7. So these 5 objects on the left equal, in terms of psychological weight, the 7 objects on the right, because the 7 objects on the right are inanimate objects, and they're a little bit smaller, and they're not as dark as, specifically the car. Notice also that Mr. or Sir Deakins has placed the objects on the left side of the frame further toward the center. You see there's more space between the frame, the left frame edge, and an object, versus on the right side, the distance between the frame edge and an object. The reason I believe that to be so, or the reason he made that decision, is because of the weight of these objects, because they appear or grab our attention so much more than the other objects. He decided to place them closer to center of frame so that the whole thing would work out. Perhaps if the shot had been composed a little bit more to the right, then it would have looked a little bit out of balance due to the excessive psychological weight or attention grabbing of those particular objects there. To show his consistent use of these concepts, I'd like to refer back to some still photographs that Roger Deakins took approximately 50 years ago. Before I give my analysis, think about how you feel this image is structured or composed. The way I see it is this small dark area here serves as the weight to this large bright area, which is the counterweight. In this shot, these small dark objects on the right serve as the weight that are counterbalanced by these large brighter objects on the left, which are the counterweight. Small dark, large bright. This has been a brief look at the structure and form of the cinematography and photography by Roger Deakins. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please consider liking and/or subscribing. Feel free to add your comments below, and I thank you for your time.